Okay, it's working. Okay, so hello everyone. I welcome you to this how to say training session about new software Saint-Gobain Safe International. And first, Timo will just introduce the basic things for you to help you to understand what is going on.
Yes, perfect. So thank you, Carlos. So good day, everyone. Just as initial information, this training from today and from Thursday will be recorded. So you can watch the replay with the rest of your team members and universities to see how to best use the software to answer to the contest task. And then just a little introduction on the objective of the work that is being to be done for 2024, a project of new construction and renovation in the city of Helsinki. Just a reminder that if you have questions on the contest task, there's a place in the Architecture and Contest website where you can send the questions and we'll try to answer together with the city of Helsinki. And the idea of the session this afternoon and on Thursday is to go into how to carry out an energy simulation model of the buildings you're going to be proposing, see how to create the model, study them, put Saint-Gobain materials, and look at the results so you can then adapt and play with them to get to the objectives you're looking for. And with that, wishing you all the best in the next couple of months to come in your preparation of your projects and for the national stage of the contest. And with that, I leave it to Carol to continue with the details of the software you're going to be learning on.
Okay, thank you, Timo, very much for a briefly introduction. And I will just share a basic presentation with you what you can expect today. Okay, let's share my screen. Okay, so today is first day of Saint-Gobain Safe International Training. The second day will be this Thursday. We will record everything so you can see it also later. And Timo already mentioned the basic things. Here is also a little bit information about myself. And the most important person today and also on Thursday, it's Miguel, who is the developer of the software and who will present you how to use the software for the energy calculation of the building you will just create. And maybe also Penelope is also here, and she's responsible for the software in Spain, so she can also share her experience with us. I'm not sure if she will be also all the training available, but at least she can share her knowledge also with us. And the agenda for today, first I will show you how to install SketchUp and Saint-Gobain Safe, information about the license, how to install it. After Miguel will just run the Saint-Gobain Safe software or SketchUp, and inside this Saint-Gobain Safe International plugin, and we will explain you how to create the envelope of the house, and after how to calculate the heat loss and lighting inside. And if we will finish the model, we will continue with the entering construction parameters, so you can create all whole constructions, and after just adapt different construction to different wall or a roof or a different application what you already create before, and they will be after conclusion. And agenda for Thursday will be slightly different because we will continue with the model and show you what kind of changing you can do after the calculation if you didn't pass the with a requirement parameter for the student contest. So that's briefly the agenda, and I will jump to the information about the license of the SketchUp. So uh, this first, it's necessary to install SketchUp. So if you already have experience with the SketchUp, it's quite useful. Maybe some of you already use SketchUp at school during how to say day-to-day work. If you have no experience, you can also find lots of videos how to use it on websites. But we will also show you the basic things what should be enough for you to complete the work also just with this knowledge. So first thing first, first you need to install the software. I will put in the chat the how to say the numbers of what you should use for the license. So serial number of the SketchUp and authorization code. We have this package for you. If we will be out of this license, we will create a new one. So if some of you will already have a problem in the future with installation, it's maybe because we will be out of the license. Just let us know and we will generate new code. So this is in the chat, and I will also share my screen with the guideline how to use the installation. So here is the guideline, but the best way is just uh, see the video how to do it, and I will share the video with you because I already used it also before for myself because I had a similar position like you have, so I installed first time. So okay, so if you run the video, and I will also share the video with you. Maybe I need to share it also with the voice. I have headphones, so it will be not possible. Okay, no problem. I will do it this way. Okay, okay. So here is the video. I will also put or copy and paste the link to the chat, so you can also uh, click on it and run the video after. And let's start with the video. I will also comment it because you can hear it. Okay, so here is the video about the license of the SketchUp, how to use it. So first in the Google, you can just type this link where to you can download the SketchUp license. So you can just use the whatever you search browser you would like, and sign to Tribal ID, and you need to create first some kind of email. So if you already have something, just put it there, and yeah, and password in normal situation is just if you would like go there, so and download the license. uh, I recommend first create just account and the SketchUp, and after you can just download it. The code what was put there will be just for how to say validation your email is right. So you have seen on the movie then was after the code after email. So if you put email, so the code will be sent to your email, and you just validate it, and you can download after. If you already download it, you can install it. The license SketchUp Pro on the video is 2022, but already is possible install version 2023. So you will probably install version 23 or maybe 24 next year, depending when you will install it. And here are just the basic information about the license. It's good to read it, but I don't know if anyone it's doing it on the base. And after this is important part, you need to put other the classic license. And after press on the classic license, you have to put these numbers what I already put it in your chat. And yeah, and that's all, and the installation is done. So it's nothing difficult for you, and you can use the SketchUp. So this is for the SketchUp, but you will have only the SketchUp, nothing more. And the validation of this license, it's for the students, so it's for 1 year. So you can easily use the SketchUp for 1 year. I will again share my screen about the license number, because I don't know if all will have access to the chat after. So here on this file, you can see here is the video. I already put it in the chat on this address, and here is the SketchUp license serial number authorization code. So these two numbers are important for the run the classic license on your computer. So this is for the SketchUp. If you already have the SketchUp, you need after install other software, and this is the plugin for the SketchUp with name Saint-Gobain Safe E. That's E mean international. This is version what we prepare for you. And I will again share my screen and show you how you should do it. So first I will just check the license to find where I have the file. Okay, here is it. So I will share my screen again, and okay. So here you can see the screen. I have two versions, but you will use the previous one. We still improving something. So in next version you will have more some few change, but it's nothing dramatic. And if you just run this Saint-Gobain safe, you will just choose the language. After you just can pray OK, install, continue, install, and it install automatic. I already have the version in my computer, so I will just stop it here. But if you will install it first time, you can just complete the installation at the end. Okay, so that's all. And this version is not so huge, but at least it's almost 300 megabytes, so it's also not small, and you can easily download it also from the architecture student contest web page. So that's all from my side, and now Miguel can continue direct with the training. So Miguel, if you can share your screen. Okay, nice picture. We can't hear you. You are mute, Miguel.
Sorry for that.
Okay, no
Hello,
problem.
everybody. Okay, we are going to make a couple of examples of a very simple geometry in order to show you how to use the SEA Safe International. Okay, if you have a previous knowledge about SketchUp, okay, it's a good thing. Otherwise, I will try to teach you the very first commands that we need in order to introduce a new geometry. So, and it's more or less the same. If you have previous experience with a simulation model, if you have previous experience in Energy Plus or in OpenStudio, okay, then you have a lot of in advance. It's going to be for you very, very easy, no, to follow this. Okay, so the first thing we have to do is to start SketchUp. I'm going to write here SketchUp. As Karel has mentioned, we can use SketchUp 2022 or SketchUp 2023. I am going to follow with SketchUp 2022, but 2023 will be everything just the same. Another important thing is that we have to use a template that is in meters. So I'm going to choose the SketchUp architectural template in meters. Okay, it's starting. Here we are. And now a very important thing when we are starting a new project is that we should run this command. Okay, we should always start with new project. This is an important thing because this command is preparing the folder structure that is going to hold our project. So, for example, I'm going to call the project okay, day one, for example. And okay, we have a new project created. And now we have to select the weather data for our simulation. And let's suppose we choose, for example, a climate weather for Paris.
Please choose Helsinki because the students will do it in Helsinki. But you
Okay.
can also find other climatic data in Energy Plus website. So if you write Energy Plus, what is the code for the calculation? You can also find the different climatic data. But don't worry, for the student
Okay.
contest, we will always cover this with the database of the cities where it's the student contest. Yeah.
Okay. If you want to run a simulation anywhere else, you can ask us and we will teach you how to do it, how to download another weather data and how to install it so you can use it with the tool. Okay, we have here to choose. Okay, are we working on a new project or is a renovation project? Because I guess the standards are a bit different. And the other parameter we have to decide is, okay, this is related with the air tightness of the building. If you don't know what to introduce, I would recommend you just to leave the default initial value. Okay, we click in accept, and then we can start modeling our building.
I
Really,
will just
modeling
mention, Miguel, I will
yes.
just mention then for the standard passive house, it should be 0.6, you know, so there is predefined 0.8, but if you would like be according to student contest, you should put the there 0.6, but yeah, it's just
Okay, we can
basic
come back
information. Yeah, thank you,
and
thank you.
introduce 0.6. So now we are starting with a very simple geometry. It's almost a cube that is 8 meters by 6 meters and is 2.7 height. It has a couple of windows that are facing south. So, okay, this is just to start modeling. Okay, and when we start, we try to start with something very, very simple. Anyway, modeling with SketchUp is something that is fun. You start with simple things and then you can go into much complex geometries with many spaces and so on. So before starting drawing geometry, we have to create what we call in energy simulation, we have to create an space. And a space is the minimum mathematical entity in where we are going to have the energy balances. Okay, what are the gains? What are the losses? Okay, they are computed for each space we have in our geometry. So we are going to create one space. For that, we will choose this button here. Okay, we click here, and I'm going to insert this new space. Okay, this is something like a fictitious entity. We can insert it wherever we want. So for my convenience, I'm going to introduce it in the axis origin. I introduce it. Okay, this is a space. And if we are going to draw floors, walls, and roofs for this space, it's very important that we open it now. Okay, this is a selected space. I notice it because we have the corners and the edges are blue. Okay, that means that it's selected, but I need it to be open in order to host the geometry that I'm going to draw. So I'm going to double click on it, and now it's an open space. An open space is represented with a cube that is drawn with dotted line. So now I have to start drawing my geometry when the space is open. In most of the cases, what I'm going to do to draw the geometry is to take this tool. Okay, this is the rectangle. Maybe when you run for the first time SketchUp, it could be instead of this icon, we could have this one or this one or this one. If that's the case, just click here and choose rectangle. So when we are going to draw a rectangle, you see the cursor. It has like a pencil shape, and the shape of the rectangle. Okay, in order to draw the rectangle, I'm going to draw the rectangle that is going to represent the floor. So I have to click two corners. And the first one, I'm going to choose the origin of the axis. So I click here with the left button of my mouse. And now I move, okay, I move the cursor to another area of the screen, but instead of clicking it, because if we click in any point, I won't know the dimensions of that square. It's as simple as writing 8 semicolon 6. If you notice in the corner, in the right corner, in the bottom right corner, it's written 8 semicolon 6, and then I click enter. Okay, now we have this floor that its measures are 8 by 6. Okay, you can zoom up and zoom down using the scroll wheel of your mouse. Okay, so, and if you click the wheel of your mouse, you can change the view that you are seeing. So it's important that you don't click outside of the screen now, because that will close the space that is open. In case you, for example, I'm going to do it, okay, I'm going to press the escape key, okay, and so pardon, I missed the key. The space bar, I click the space bar, I have switched to selection mode, and now if I click somewhere in the screen, you can see that I have closed the space. The space is, okay, we cannot see anymore the surrounding box with dotted lines that we were seeing a few moments ago. So what can I do? If I want to continue inserting geometry to that space, I have to reopen it. And how am I going to reopen it? With a double click. So I double click, and here it comes back the space. Okay, I notice it because of the surrounded dotted line box that I can see now. So okay, usually we will start drawing the rectangles of the floor. Now, how can I generate the rest of the geometry? In most of the cases, we are going to use this tool. Okay, in English, it's push and pull. And we are going to use it pushing. For example, I click here, and you see when I left the cursor near to the floor rectangle, it becomes shaded with dots. Okay, that means that if I click now, I'm going to pick that surface, and it's going to be the surface that is going to generate the push. So I click now, and I'm going to move the cursor upward. As you can see, while we are pushing up, a new geometry, new rectangle, new faces appear. And now it's more or less just the same that before. If I click anywhere in the screen, I won't know the dimensions of that geometry. I won't know the height of that geometry. So if I want it to be a certain dimension, I have to enter again as before. For example, in this case, 2.7. And then I'm going to click enter. So now we still have the space open. We can see for the surrounding box. I can press the space bar in order to switch from the push and pull tool to the selection tool. And then when I click outside the space, okay, the space close. So here is our cell. Here is our space. I can check its dimensions. So in order to check the dimensions, I'm going to take the tape tool. Okay, this is the tape tool. Okay, I take it, and for checking the measures, I'm going to click in the origin of the measure, and then I'm going to move to the other corners. And I don't click in the second corner, just I stop the mouse there, okay, and the attractor, it takes the closer important point that is in the area. So we can see here in the tip that that's 8 meters. We can see there that is 6 meters, and we can see that the height is 2.7 meters. So geometry is okay, is what we want. So we now need to insert some windows. As you remember, in our example, okay, we have two windows that are 3 by 2 meters, okay, and they are at a certain position. So how do I draw the windows? Okay, it's as simple as to draw a rectangle on that wall. So, but okay, if that window is going to be part of this space, I have to open the space first. This is very, very important. This is something that at the beginning we often forget about this. So, okay, I am in select mode. So I have to double click on the already existing geometry of that space. And now it's open. So now that it's open, I can take again the rectangle shape and draw, for example, a couple of windows, or as many windows as we want. Okay, but those are not the windows in our example. Okay, these are windows that I have generated aleatory. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete those windows. And how do I do it? Okay, the first thing to do is to change to select mode. I can change to select mode by clicking here, or I can do it by pressing the spacebar. And I'm going to double, I think, 1, 2, 3. Okay, really, I have lost the count. but okay, you double or really I don't know if it's doubling or tripling clicking, but okay, I stop clicking when I notice that I have selected the rectangle and the perimeter and the border of the rectangle. And now I just have to click the delete key on my keyboard. Okay, this is the same. I finish a double click, I select everything around, okay, the face, the rectangle and the border. It's also possible to delete one window just clicking one of the edges, because when you click one of the edges, the window is no longer closed, so the window disappears. I can draw another line and the window will reappear. Oh, okay, but really, in most of the cases, I'm not going, okay, this is an approach. Okay, sometimes it's not very important the real dimensions of the window. This is not absolutely true because, okay, solar heat gains through a window and shadowing or self-shadowing of the window depends on the geometry of the window. But okay, for a first approach, in many cases, you really don't need the right dimensions of the window. So you can make an approach that has, okay, probably the same surface area, but instead of having 3 windows, you have just 1 window with the total area of the 3 windows you have in that facade. Anyway, I'm going to try to explain you how to locate with some precision these windows. So in order to do that, what we have to do is to use the guidelines. If you have previous experience with SketchUp, you know that these auxiliary lines are very, very useful if you want to draw with a certain precision. So it's really funny, but in SketchUp, in order to draw these auxiliary lines that are going to help us to introduce the geometry with the right dimensions, it's funny, but in SketchUp, we are going to use the same tool that we use to measure. We are going to use the tape tool. How does it work? Okay, the first thing to do is to click in an already existing edge. For example, this one, and I'm going to click there. And okay, in case after clicking in the base edge, if the auxiliary line doesn't appear, you have to click in the control key. Now it's appearing, and it's more or less just like always. I can click in the screen, but if I click in the screen, I won't know the exact measure, the exact distance of that auxiliary line to the base edge. Or I can click 0.2 and click enter. And then I have an auxiliary line that has an offset of 20 centimeters from the base edge. It's more or less the same from here. Okay, you see it's not appearing. And if my memory is okay, my memory is not serving me well. Okay, it's 5 meter, it's half a meter. And we can write here 0.5 to the right and 0.5 from here. And for example, 3 meters from here, 3 meters from here, and I think it was 2 meters from here, or something like that. Okay, so I have drawn some auxiliary lines that can help me now to draw the windows. just clicking from intersection to intersection. Usually, the auxiliary lines, once you have finished drawing your geometry, your model, it's good to delete them. So here we have a tool. Sorry, because I have the SketchUp in Spanish. Okay, but the tool we have to use to delete these auxiliary lines in English is delete guides. Yeah. And now, okay, I have the geometry. Okay, so what's next? Okay, in order to run a simulation, we have to define a few more things. We have to define, okay, what kind of a space is this space? Because what kind of a space is important? Is it a residential space? Is it an office space? Is it a healthcare space? Because associated with the different space types, there are different loads. Okay, different heating and cooling loads, etc. So how can we do that? Okay, what we have to do in order to define the heating loads we have in the space is the first thing is to select that space. In order to select the space, we have a couple of options. We can click on it. Be careful because it's just a simple click. You see, we have this space. Now the edges and the corners are highlighted in a blue line. Okay, that means that the space is selected. It's important that you distinguish this from this other, that this is the space is open. Now we don't have to open the space, we have to select the space. With just one click. We have another option that is to, when you are in select mode, you can open a window that includes the space, and okay, with the same result, the space is selected. So now, where is the tool to define the space? To define the space type we have here. You have a couple of options to do that. You can click with the right button of the mouse. You can come here to this menu, SC International, with an I at the end, and you can select, okay, you have a couple of options. Okay, space contributing to the reference size. Okay, this applies, okay, this is terminology of the ISO standard, of the ISO 52000 standard. There are two types of spaces, some spaces that are contributing to the reference size of the building, spaces that contribute to this reference size are all the spaces that have a heating or cooling HVAC system, and spaces that don't contribute to the reference size are spaces like garage, like storage spaces, and so on. So let's suppose this is a space that is contributing to the reference size, so I would choose the first option. And we have here a few, we just have to select a few things. Okay, what kind of a space is it? Okay, this is residential living. We are going to leave it like that. Okay, this is also the same categories that we have in the ISO 52000 standard. The next thing we are going to choose, okay, what kind of HVAC system do we have here? Okay, we have a heating and a cooling equipment, so we have to choose this option because this will introduce a heating and cooling thermostat. And then we have to select something about the thermal insulation of the envelope. This is something that we will come later to this. For the purpose of explain you, we are going to start choosing that the construction, the envelope of this space is not insulated. Okay, the next question is about the height. Okay, this is the free height of the space. From here to here, it was 2.7, but we have a false ceiling, and the real free height that we have in the space is just 2.5 meters. And let's suppose we have a very low lighting power here that is about 1 watt per square meter. And I'm going to click to
Miguel, I will
accept.
just mention for the students and everything you can modify it also after, so it's possible to change it also. If you would
Yes.
like put something and you don't know at the beginning, so put there something and after you can modify it later. So everything is
Yes.
possible. This is just a little notes. Okay, thank you, Miguel.
Okay, so now, okay, I'm trying to keep things very, very simple. Maybe next day I will go a bit more complex things. But what we have to do now? Okay, pues let's find a start. We are going to click the run button here. And okay, one of the, okay, really, SC Safe International is a plugin that is running from a generic purpose software that is OpenStudio. So what our purpose is that try to make things as simple as possible. Okay, this is a very complex tool. You can configure here many things. You can configure here very complex advanced systems. But we try, okay, as a starting point to the simulation world, we try to make things very simple. So in most of the cases, the only thing you will have to do is just here to this label, to this button, and run here in order to start the simulation. Okay, this is a very simple model. So, this is something that sometimes happens. The first time you run a simulation on a model, sometimes happens that. Okay, I rerun the simulation, and okay, this is complete.
I will just
Okay, the
mention
simulation.
also one more thing. Since Miguel is using how to say combination or mix of his Spain and English version, but you will have
Yes.
everything in English. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So once you have finished the simulation, you can go here to the results summary. You can go to the next button here, and here you can find two reports. Okay, this is the Energy Plus results. Okay, this is an historic report from Energy Plus results that we have been studying for, okay, we have been using for 20 years. So it's a really complete report that you can use in order to analyze many things. It's also really, when you're running a simulation, an energy simulation, okay, it's usually important to check the partial results you have in that simulation in order, if everything looks fine, okay, in order to know, okay, the surface of the surface area of the building, the volume of the building is okay, the heating loads are correct, everything, no? So it's really important to have a look at this report.
Miguel,
But
there is
yes,
question in the chat. Open Studio should be installed on computer. They will be installed with Saint-Gobain Safe International. It will be
Okay.
automatic install with Saint-Gobain Safe International. So don't worry. After you will
Mm-hmm.
install SketchUp and first SketchUp and after Saint-Gobain Safe, it will be automatic
Mm-hmm.
also install Open Studio because it's part of the Saint-Gobain Safe International. So don't worry. And also in this system, what Miguel is showing to you, it's lots of things predefined for the standard building. So if you would like
Mm-hmm.
change something, you can also do it after the first calculation before you will finish this here. So first calculation is somehow a black screen. What you have seen, one black window. This is just what how to say calculation was transferred the data to Open Studio. And after here on Open Studio, you can change, I don't know, the occupancy of the people, some other details, HVAC system, and many other things if you would like. But we made it as easy as possible for you. So lots of things are predefined according to building and the basic standards. So if you used offices at the beginning or a residential building, lots of things we already predefined for you to make it easier. But if you would like change it, you can do it here quite easy, or also in the SketchUp if you would like. So it's up to you.
Mm-hmm.
But if you, I don't like to say if you are lazy, but if you don't how to say have not really reason to change it, you can just check it, and if you agree, so you can just continue it. There is other question. Will not be any config in case when Open Studio was installed on computer before. I have it already installed. Okay, so it depends what kind of version you have, but if you will have uh, something, it can happen then you already have the latest version, and in Saint-Gobain Safe it is still the older one. I don't know if there can be a config. Maybe Miguel has better
Okay.
knowledge. Yeah.
Really, when you install SDSafe International, you are also installing OpenStudio. Okay, it's important that when you are it, there is a little thing you have to take into account if you have a previous install and if you are using the SketchUp plugin. The only thing you have to take into account is that you have to go here into preferences and you have to um, configure to use the OpenStudio application. I think the version 1.5 or the
Okay. Okay.
versions 1.6
So
because
it's clear.
uh,
Yeah, because I made it also. I have experience with it because it was also in my case
mhm,
in the past. Yeah.
mhm.
So probably you
So
will install both. So you will have the current version of the Open Studio and also the new one. And
okay,
what Miguel show
yes,
you, you need also go to the latest version in
mhm,
the menu of the Saint-Gobain Safe. Yeah, yeah. You already found it.
so
Perfect. Thank you, Miguel.
yes, we have I have installed many versions, but in order to run SDSafe International, you have to use the last OpenStudio application that is available now. So we were checking the results. Where are they? Where are they? Where are they? I don't know what have I got. Ah, here it is. Okay, and we have this other report. Okay, here we are studying a few things. Okay, we are studying what are the heating needs, the cooling needs. This should be, both of them should be lower than 15 kilowatt by square meters. And as we have chosen a non-insulated building, we have a very large, okay, it's clear that we are not complying with that. Also,
I will just
even,
explain it for the students because it was maybe not so obvious. We at the
mhm,
beginning choose kit or set of the construction without isolation to make it faster. So you probably don't miss the option where you choose the construction, because we already choose
Yes.
the
No.
predefined set, and this is
Yeah,
why
that's right.
we have these results, because we didn't choose any construction. We just used what was predefined in it here, like no isolation. And this is because we just use something what was already predefined in the system, just for you to have how to say better information what is possible and what not.
I'm going to
So this
explain
is
it
why you
how.
can see this kind of huge numbers, yeah, according to
Yes,
heating needs.
I'm
Yeah.
going to explain. Yes.
Oh, thank you.
So, okay, we have a few graphs, okay, and a few tables. It's also important that you can investigate, it can help you to understand your building. You have here a button to open what's called, okay, the detailed reports. Okay, when you click here, you can have access, for example, to the, okay, really, okay, this is confusing me. Okay, yes, because we haven't installed an HVAC system for this graph. Okay, we will come to this back to this later. So, okay, we are not complying. Okay, we have chosen a non-insulated envelope. Okay, how can I fix it? How can I change my model in order to improve this? Really, anyway, I have to say that for this cell, it's going to be difficult to comply because it has very little surface area and it has a lot of envelope for losses. So, okay, it's going to be a bit tricky. When we have to define this space, we have chosen construction set that is non-insulated. As Karel has mentioned, there are also some other predefined options for the envelope. One
And of
is high
course,
insulated.
I will
High,
just add that then the students can also create the set what they would like. So these are
yes.
free options, just for a
Mm-hmm.
quick explanation. But if you would
Yes.
like do your set, and in most
Yeah.
situations you should do it, so you will just
Mm-hmm.
create your set, and after you will how to say
Yes.
adapt it for whole building. Yeah.
Okay. Really, okay, these predefined preliminary options, they are all in order to make a run simulation for a first case study, etc. So how can we define a new construction set? We have to go here to extensions. We have clear SE Safe International, and we have to go here to construction systems. Here we can define new material, new glasses, new construction system, okay, the different layers that make up a wall. Okay, you can define something with internal heat source. Okay, this is for radiant system, a radiant floor, and so on. But we can define a new construction set. Okay, we are going here. We go to define construction set, and for example, and we find here what we have seen in the space definition. You remember we have chosen an uninsulated, and there were two more options: low insulated and high insulated. Okay, how does it work? Okay, this works if we choose an uninsulated. Here we have everything exterior surface construction, everything that is in contact with the outdoors, with the exterior environment, with the air, with the exterior air. And okay, we have walls, we have floors, and we have roofs. So for everything that is in contact with the exterior, that is a wall, the construction system that we have introduced is this one, non-insulated wall with double brick with a cavity, okay? The double brick with a cavity in the middle, okay? Really non-insulation. For the floors, it will be this one, and for the roofs, it will be this one. Okay, these are the constructions that will be used for interior surfaces. Okay, interior surface is the surface that is in contact with another space. And here it will be more or less the same, walls, floors, and ceilings that are in contact with the ground. And for exterior windows, we have big single glassing windows. So, for example, if I want to improve this, okay, I can, I should have checked high insulated. Okay, if I have choose high insulated, I will have here a high insulated wall with ethics technology. Okay, that means, you know, the typical exterior insulation system for a wall. Okay, a high insulation floor, a high insulated roof, and for the windows, we have triple windows with thermal transmittance of 0.6 watts per square meter per Kelvin, and with a solar heat gain factor of 0.55 and a visible transmittance of 0.74. Okay, how can we change this? Okay, our recommendation is usually to start with one of these predefined construction sets. For example, I'm going to duplicate this high insulated construction set. Okay, now it's copy. Instead of copy, I'm going to say my construction set. My construction set that, okay, maybe I'm happy with these windows, or really I can choose from this tree. From this tree, I can choose some other glasses or some other ceilings that are also predefined. For example, maybe I'm not happy with this high insulated wall, and I'm going to choose this wall plus a ventilate facade number 3. I just click and drag and drop in the box, and I will have changed this wall. Okay, but yes, okay, how can define a construction in order that this construction appears here, and so I can use it to define a wall for my construction set? Okay, I'm going to save and exit here. And instead of going to the construction set, I'm going to define construction system. Okay, in the define construction system, it works more or less the same. Here, okay, wall plus ethics 5 is a composition that is made with these layers here. Okay, this is a mortar, this is an isolation mortar, this is a bull, an isolation bull, and this is a brick, and okay, whatever it is. Okay, these are the materials, these are the thickness. You can have here an idea of the resistance of that wall. But how can I add a new layer? Pues it's as simple. Okay, I don't want to modify it, so I will, if I want to add, for example, I don't know, a mortar layer in the bottom. Really sorry if this is not a construction. This is not correct from the construction perspective. Okay, really, if I need to add a new layer, I just have to find the material for that new layer, and just the same that before, just click, drag and drop. Okay, I click it, and drag it to the empty box, and that's all it takes to modify an existing construction set. You can modify the thickness of that layer. As you have noticed, while I modify the thickness, the resistance, and the total thickness of the wall, it will change. You can move upward or move downward a layer. You can delete the layer by clicking there. So, okay, as you remember, I'm going to back to construction systems. The thin construction set. Okay, this is how I insulated my construction set. Okay, this is the construction that I have copied before, and I have changed this wall. So how do I assign this new construction set to this space? Okay, it's just to run again the definition command. We clamp here to space contributing to the reference size. And instead of choosing the construction set not insulated, we are going to choose our new construction set. I'm going to click in App Set. And now we have to run again. Okay.
I will just mention again that the first calculation in the back window, it's quite fast, but sometimes you need to wait to finish it, and after you can launch the second calculation. The first one is just for transferring the data from the SketchUp to Open Studio, and the second one is the final calculation. Yeah.
So, okay. As you can see now, okay, this is a very special case. It's really hard to comply. Okay, but now instead of having 200 kilowatts per square meter of heating needs, we are close. We are 25. But okay, this is it's going to be tricky to comply with it, because okay, in energy efficiency there is a concept that is compactness. Compactness is the relation between the volume you have in the enclosure and the envelope that you have in that enclosure. So if you have a very small space, like it's the case for the purpose of this example, it's really difficult. It's really difficult to comply. So probably if I would just if I made it bigger, or if I create a new floor for this building, it will improve. So
Again, I will just mention then for the student contest, lots of the or most of the students will have much bigger houses, so it's
yes,
so probably you will have it easier. But what you have seen, we improve the how to say the thermal quality of the envelope, and so we improve the thermal part, but we a little bit lose the situation according the cooling needs, because we have quite big windows on one side and so on. So this is just little notes.
Sometimes there is a I'm going to modify this geometry in order, because usually modeling with SketchUp, as I mentioned before, maybe you don't believe, but it's fun. Okay, it's like playing a video game. So I can open again my space. Okay, if I remember well, this was 6 meters now, but now I can push it, for example, 4 more meters, and now it's a bit bigger. Now I can do more or less the same. Okay, it was 8 meters. Okay, let's increase it by 2 meters. Now it's 100 square meters. And maybe, okay, we are having problems with our with overheating.
Maybe Miguel, if you
Yes,
can also show how to add the one floor more, you know.
this
Yeah.
to add more. Okay, I
One
was
floor.
going to
Yeah.
one more floor. Okay,
Okay.
so if we really if we want to add one more floor, we can create, for example, another space in somewhere else in our screen, and we will draw another floor. In this case, I'm not going to take any care about the dimensions of the floor. Okay, I'm just going to click here, and now I am going to push. Okay, let's suppose that the height should be more or less the same as the first one. So I create this new floor, and now I can move it with the key. Okay, there is a fast key that is M. Yeah, I know that the SketchUp fast keys because it's very useful, and I click it and I move it there. Now I can modify this by pushing this to here. I can modify this from here to here. And okay, let's open a couple of windows here.
Miguel, there is a question in the chat. Could you repeat how to create a new space? Thank you. You know, you was too fast with the clicking of the buttons. You know, so if you can
Yes, I was.
show.
Okay. Anyway, don't worry because this recording is going to be available in the YouTube channel. Karel, can you write the YouTube channel in the so you can repeat
Yeah,
it?
I will.
And,
We will finish in 10 minutes this session because we will
yes.
continue on Thursday. And at the
Mhm.
end, I will spend probably 5 or 10 minutes to show you where you can find all this information on the architecture website. So you will see it there. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to have some fun with the tiki 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 tiki. Tiki 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 tiki. Okay, can have. This is advanced for. Okay, so but now I have two spaces. Okay, this rendering mode is what we call rendering by surface type. Gray means that's a floor. This yellow means that those are walls, and this dark red means it's a ceiling. So there is another rendering mode that is by uh, outside conditions. Okay, blue means that it's in contact with the exterior environment, with the air, and brown means that it's in contact with the floor. And what happens with the surfaces that are limiting the these two spaces? I cannot see them. In order to see them, it's important to use this rendered mode. Okay, now when I select and open one space, the rest of the model is hidden. And here we can see that this is a floor that by default is in contact with the ground, but that's not possible. And this is a ceiling of the first floor that is in contact with the exterior environment, with the outside air. So that's also not impossible. So in order to fix this, when you have several spaces in your model, you have to select those spaces and you have to click here in the surface matching tool. It's okay. Now it's asking, okay, do you want to intersect? Do you want to divide these surfaces in order to do a proper matching? I always say yes. So now we have two matching surfaces. This surface now is green. That means that it's an interior surface. And this floor is also green. That's an interior surface. This means that all the energy that goes through this wall will enter this wall, and the opposite. Every losses that in a certain moment can go through this wall will end in this wall. Okay, this is the meaning, the physical meaning. I'm going to finish a little bit fast because we are running out of time. Okay, this rendered mode, I guess this one, okay, is uh, the level of conditioned space. We have defined the first one in the ground level is defined, but the new space that we have created is not defined. We have to define it. Okay, this is a space that is part of the reference size or not. So I select it. I'm going to use the same high insulated my construction set. I'm going to define more or less with the same properties and values. Okay, now everything is green. Okay, in order to finish, I'm going to run the simulation, and I hope this will comply, because this new model is it's more compact. Okay, it has a much better relation between the volume that is in the enclosure and the walls that we have surrounding that volume. Okay, that's something that I guess as architectural students you should know. Okay, compactness is a great ally in energy efficiency. So, okay, we were almost there. Okay, probably we could. Now we have a few options in order to comply. We are almost there, but we can leave it for the next day. Okay,
Yeah,
Karen,
yeah.
do you want something to add or?
No, I think we finished today with the creating explanation how to create a model. We also show you how to create different kind of construction set, different kind of construction uh, systems, and you can also in similar way create your own material and put it in the construction set or system and after set. So I think we are done for today, and we can continue with the same example on Thursday. And on Thursday we will go to this example, and we will show you what you should do if you will see this kind of results. How you can modify the windows to change the size or add the more, or how you can how to say add the different kind of how to say thickness. It is quite easy. You can
Mhm.
just replace it and modify the construction, and after you can do the calculation again and to see it and the results, check the results, and if you don't pass, you need to do it again. And this is how you can teach, sometimes you can see, okay, 20 centimeters of isolation could be enough, but sometimes you see they are not enough. I need to put here, I don't know, 25 centimeters of isolation or even more, according what is a requirement. And for the student contest is the passive house level, what is a requirement. So that's it. Okay, so thank you, Miguel, for this demonstration, and we can continue with this model and this calculation or other modification on Thursday. And at the end, I would like to share my screen to show you where you can find all this information on the website of the student contest. So I will share my screen, and where is it? Okay, so it is here. Okay. So need to find the right window. Okay, it is. This is it. Okay, so on my window you can see the student contest websites here, the edition for the Helsinki. So you can easily go there. You can have also lots of other information, also examples from the past, from the project. But if you will stay in edition 24, like I'm right now here, and you can just scroll down with your mouse, so you can see lots of information. You probably have seen it a lot, and resources, plan and driving. And if you go down, 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 here in this area, exactly this one, SketchUp and Saint-Gobain Safe plugin. So you can download the plugin for Saint-Gobain Safe International. You can just press it here and it's coming, and you can see the downloading, and after you can install. It is in zip file, so you need first unzip it and after install it. And also it's a Saint-Gobain Safe plugin training. So this is exactly what we already made today, and you will see the records here. Here is already one-click ACR training, and you will see also the training window here, and you can easily see the movie from today and also from Thursday. So this is the way how to do it. Go on the websites, download the Saint-Gobain Safe plugin, install first SketchUp and after the plugin, and inside the plugins also Open Studio and everything. It's one package. And if you would like go through this tutorial how to use it, go here. This is just a link to the trainings, but go here to the movie, and here you will probably see soon also this movie from today and from Thursday. So that's all for today. If you have any question, please ask in the chat or raise your hand. So I know that mostly it will be used like this video will be there for long time, I hope. So you can find all information there. And if not, so it's probably all for today. I don't see any question. I don't see any question. So yeah. So probably thank you very much. That's all. So thank you very much for today. And I hope with most of you will see you also on Thursday. Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.